Most people like to think that they are good, or at least trying to be good. But the truth is that we are all both victims and villains if you look at life logically. Let me explain. First of all, there is no proof that any of us asked to be born. If we did, then we were clearly tricked or misled, as nobody would knowingly agree to this existence and the risks involved if they knew all of the implications. One of those implications is that we all have needs and desires, both physical and mental. To satisfy our physical needs, we need to exploit other organisms. For example, if we eat meat that is often harvested from animals that live in factory farms, which are terrible places. But even to grow grains, fruits, and vegetables, we often need to cut down forests where many animals live. If you were thrown into a prison and exploited, you would view your captors as evil. If someone bulldozed your home to make room for luxury apartment buildings that you can't even live in, you would also view them as evil. If a lion eats a gazelle, it causes tremendous pain and suffering to the gazelle. However, if the lion couldn't eat any gazelles, it would suffer and eventually starve. So if the lion eats the gazelle, it feels pleasure and the gazelle suffers. In this case, the lion can be seen as the villain. If the lion can't eat any gazelles, it suffers, and the gazelles get to enjoy grazing on plants. They are unaffected by the lion's suffering. In that case, the gazelles are depriving the lion of what it needs, and could be seen as villains from the lion's perspective. Another layer to this would be the fact that if no predators eat any gazelles, then their population would likely boom and they would eventually eat all the plants and then die of starvation. The same can be said if there are too many predators, eventually they would run out of gazelles. Nature is basically a cruel system of sustainable suffering where organisms are forced to consume each other in order to keep the system going. For humans, mental and emotional needs work in a similar way. We are often dependent on other humans to satisfy these needs. For example, if John dates Sarah, then Sarah can satisfy some of John's emotional needs by being his partner. But maybe George also likes Sarah, however, because she's taken, his emotional needs are not satisfied. I know many people and maybe even animals enjoy living life, but these are the winners of life. And there is a lot of losers who must exist and suffer to prop up the winners. Basically, nature produces enormous amounts of waste. It is a terribly inefficient system. Life would also suck for the winners if the losers were to opt out. What is a billionaire without millions of people who serve them? What is a celebrity without millions of people who worship them? We are all victims of our circumstances, but nature also forces us, through our needs and desires, to become villains from the perspective of other organisms that we need to exploit to survive. Sure, we can do things to reduce our contribution to the suffering of this world, but then it is we who end up suffering. We have to pay the price if we deprive ourselves. Basically, we were forced into the game of life which cannot be won. In fact, we can't even break even. It's a net loss. Remember to like and subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and see you in the next video. Okay, thanks, bye.